Hello everyone. So in the previous session of paper 3, that is physiology, biochemistry and immunology, we have discussed branches of physiology and scope for physiology. So in this session we'll discuss about osmoregulation. So what is this osmoregulation? So it is nothing but it is a type of homeostasis, or it is a type of adaptation. So usually that can be seen in each and every organism for their adaptation. So let's see what are the types and how this is useful in different organisms. So mainly this session consists of definition, types of solutions, that is hypertonic, hypotonic and isotonic, and what are osmoconformers and osmoregulators. So in the next session we'll discuss about osmoregulation in shark, marine fishes, freshwater fishes and terrestrial mammals like kangaroo rat and camel. So let's go with the detailed study of osmoregulation. So now the osmoregulation is nothing but it is a type of phenomenon which helps in maintaining constant water volume of the body fluid. So what happens? We have to maintain water balance. So that regulation of the water body or the body water is called as osmoregulation. So as I have said, it is a type of homeostasis, means which may help in adaptation. So now for example, if an average healthy man weighs around 70 kg, so in his body around 40 liters of water will be present. It may be in the form of intracellular fluid and extracellular fluid. So intracellular fluid means within the cell or within the cell of the cytosol. Extracellular fluid may be the water which you have consumed and also remaining outside the cell. Those all consist of extracellular fluid. So with that you have gain and loss of water. So gain in the sense it may be in the form of drinking of water, or again in the form of taking food. Loss, it may be in the form of sweat, urine or lactation by a woman to her infant. So those all are the different types of losses of water. So coming to its definition, osmoregulation is a dynamic process where animals maintain a suitable internal body fluid. So by regulating the movement of water and salt between the body fluid and the external medium. So this is the correct definition which they can ask you for 2 marks. So what is osmoregulation? It is nothing but a dynamic process where animals maintain a suitable internal body fluid by regulating the movement of water and salts between the body fluid and the external medium. So this is how they maintain their balance or the water balance. So it is nothing but the homeostasis and it is also adaptation. So Claude Bernard, he said that, or he stated, constancy of internal medium is essential for independent of life. It means the water balance is very important to survival. And the term osmoregulation was coined by Haber. So we'll see what do you mean by osmosis. So related to the osmoregulation, you need to know what do you mean by osmosis. So osmosis is nothing but the movement of water molecule through semi-permeable membrane, or it can be also called as partially permeable membrane, from the region of higher water concentration to lower water concentration. So if I am talking about higher water concentration, so it can tell that lesser solute concentration. If I am talking about lesser water concentration, it will be higher solute concentration. Where water concentration is higher, so there solute concentration will be lower. So remember that. So once the movement of water is taking place through semi-permeable membrane from higher water concentration to lower water concentration, that is called as osmosis. So as you can see in the diagram, the first blue color region, so that is water molecules, and the next and the red enlarged dotted region, that is sucrose molecules. So what is happening? Usually the solute is not moving. The solution is getting moved from one region to another region. So that is osmosis. And this process of osmosis can be illustrated by Thistle funnel experiment. So this is a very important experiment which tells you that osmosis phenomenon. So the Thistle funnel, the lower part of the Thistle funnel, what they will do, the upper part usually it will be tied with the egg membrane and it will be dipped inside the sugar solution. So that time what happens, the concentration of water level which is kept at one point, initial level, so slowly there will be increase of the water inside the funnel, so which explains you that osmosis happening. So there are types of osmosis. So what is this types? So usually we are having two types. One is exosmosis and one more is endosmosis. So exosmosis is nothing but when the body fluid has lesser solute concentration and more water concentration. So that time what happens, the exosmosis means the water will tend to move outside the body. So that is how the exosmosis. Example, that means it takes place in marine fishes because the body fluid will be having lesser solute concentration and the external environment will be having higher solute concentration. That is exosmosis. And next, endosmosis, when the body fluid has more solute concentration. So that time what happens, endosmosis happens, means water will enter inside the body. So that is called as endosmosis. Example is the freshwater fishes. So these are the two types of osmosis, that is exosmosis and endosmosis. Even this can be asked for 2 marks. So here in this picture you can see the endosmosis, what will happen, the water will tend to enter inside. So when the dry raisins are kept in the water, what happens, that will swell. But exosmosis, for example, during the pickling, when you keep for pickles, that time what happens, the cells will shrink and they will become shrunken. So this is just an experiment to show how endosmosis and exosmosis happens. And next, coming to very important concept, that is types of solution or type of medium. So the first one is the isotonic solution or isotonic medium. So isotonic, so in the term itself, iso means same. So when the two solutions are having equal number of dissolved particles, so equal number of dissolved particles, the two solutions are called as isotonic. So that time what happens, for example, now if you take the same concentration of the sugar solution and mix it, so what happens, there is no movement of solute from one place to another place because the concentration is same. So that is how there is no movement of water across the membrane. Hence there is no osmotic pressure because the concentration is same, then the osmotic pressure will also be not there. Example, the body fluid of marine protozoans and seawater, because the marine protozoans will be also having same concentration and the seawater is also having same concentration. So the isotonic solution is one which the cells and organism do not change their volume. So as you can see in the picture, the RBCs, when kept in the equal amount of water or the equal concentrated of water, the cell will not change the size. So that is called as isotonic. Next, coming to hypotonic. So hypo means lesser. So here what they tell, the solution that has lesser number of solute molecule is called as hypotonic. So hypo means, as I said, it is low. So it will be having lower osmotic concentration. So as you can see in the picture, see the cells which are kept in concentrated solution, what happens? The cell will burst open, or they will once they will burst open, or they will swell and burst open. So that is how the hypotonic solution will work. So example, body fluid of marine fishes and lesser solute concentration when compared to the sea water. So this is how hypotonic solution work. Next, the last one, that is hypertonic solution, the solution that has more number of solute molecules. So once the external environment will be having the very higher osmotic concentration, then what happens? What will happen? The cell will gradually shrink because it will tend to maintain the equilibrium. So that is how the cell will shrink in hypertonic solution. The body fluid of freshwater organism is hypertonic to freshwater because it contains more number of solute molecules. That is how the cells will shrink. Next, the classification of animals based on the osmoregulation. So there are two types, that is osmoconformers and osmoregulators. So first one, osmoconformers. So these animals which cannot maintain the constant volume of internal body fluid, these organisms are called as osmoconformers. Because these animals, what happens in their body? The concentration of the external medium will change and the concentration of internal media also has to change. That is why they cannot maintain their constant volume. So how we are having warm blooded and cold blooded, that same wise we are also having osmoconformers and osmoregulators. So these osmoconformers, these animals cannot regulate or maintain the volume and concentration of the body fluid. Hence they are also called as osmoconformers, or we are also called as poikiloosmotic animals. So very important terminology is osmoconformers or poikiloosmotic animals. So in that we are having two types. Osmoconformers, they are of two types. First one is stenohaline. It means the organism which cannot tolerate changes in salinity. If there is any certain changes in salinity, they will just migrate from that places. And those animals and plants which are restricted to very narrow range of salinity, so those organisms are called as stenohaline osmoconformers or stenohaline organisms. So what happens in these organisms? Usually endosmosis, enter of water inside their body. So that happens, that is called as stenohaline organisms. Examples are the spider crabs and arnicolas. Next, the urohaline. So these organisms are having wide range of tolerance. For example, they are having Mytilus. Then here exosmosis takes place, means the movement of water from the body to the external environment usually happens. And these animals and plants, they are having tolerance of wide range of salinity. So these organisms are called as urohaline tolerant organisms or urohaline osmoconformers. Next, homeostatic animals, that is osmoregulators. So these organisms maintain constant volume of internal body fluid. So they are called as the osmoregulators. So these are usually osmotically stable animals and they can regulate the volume and concentration of body fluid. Hence they are called as osmoregulator. Example, amoeba. So in this session we have seen what do you mean by osmoregulation. In that, definition is very important. And what is osmosis? What do you mean by semi-permeable membrane or partially permeable membrane? Then types of solution is very, very important. They can ask for 3 marks. What are the types of solutions? The hypertonic, hypotonic and isotonic, and difference between osmoregulators and osmoconformers. So that's about this session. Thank you.